All right. So as they get ready in this formation lap, let's get all of our stuff back up. Alright, it looks like everybody is starting on these medium compound tires. Nobody chose to go on the alternative strategy here. I think a lot of these guys might have gone with this strategy just in case there's an early safety car. You could try to just go onto hards here and then extend out to the end of the race. It is also a very DRS heavy track with the DRS zones in the long front straight, and then there is after the two left-handers, you have another straight there. They're really good passing zones, so a lot of these drivers will be probably looking to try to be able to defend that, and going onto the mediums gives you the best tire compound for that. Here we go, everybody's getting onto the line. Ooh, we have Wiry. Ooh, second to go goes, all right. Mason as well. So all three of those drivers will be starting with slightly lower temps than the rest of these cars. All right, 5 lights and they're off. That was a really quick light here. We got a really good start here from Shay. Shay actually goes past, gets into P1. We have some pushing through the back of the markers, but it looks like everything's okay. We get John here with a good lap. Wiry is all the way into 6. We know that. He's got colder tires. The top 3 are looking good here. We look at positions. We have Shay with 1 position gain. Landon goes down 1. We have Mason going up 2. John going down 1. Sam up 1. Wiry down 2. We have Max getting Sunbeam in the back. And with that, we'll sit here with P1, P2. We do have another one with Sam and John. It looks like are really close together. But we can see here already that Landon and Shay are already trying to separate from the rest of this pack. Secundigo is already at 8/10 here. It's going to be looking to try to stay with them up until the DRS gets enabled on lap 3. You can see Shay has really good race pace here and is already up to 4/10, and they are holding. It looks like the separation now goes all the way to Josh, and then we have Mason with the second group here. Sam really close to John, it looks like. And that might be separating a new one as well. Let's go back up. It looks like Landon is now a little bit closer here. This DRS is really strong, or the straights are really strong here, and you can see Shea having to defend that. And because of that, Secundago goes all the way back. Gets back into it with them as well. And I think this four-person train will be here pretty much the whole entire time. But these four drivers looking to be a little bit faster than the rest of the field here. We have Shea here coming through the castle section, lining behind. Sekun Godot is in third. I don't think anything about timings in the first race in F1. There were so many sandbaggers in the first race. Oh, and we can see here Landon now being attacked. Ken Godot goes past Landon here, gets the pass off. Yeah, I don't think any of the timings up until qualifying day will matter. So if he does it again, then yeah, I think it would be it's correct. And we can see here Josh gets the fastest time, 1:44. We'll see that continue to go down. Now here with DRS is enabled, and none of these drivers were able to separate from each other. So this group of four are going to continue to fight till the end of this race, I believe. As we watch it, let's quickly go down here. We have Max and Wiry here fighting each other, and it looks like they're just still together. Nothing's happened here. Now, once I move off of the front pack, something's gonna... Oh! And just like that, we actually see Wiry, I think, got hit there. And Miller goes past both of those drivers. And that pretty much stops that race from happening. We do have another one with Mason and John here. We have the front of the pack still together. Oh! I wonder if John will be close enough to attack here or not. And we can see Ken Godot goes fastest with 1:43.5, and we have John here now on the attack, going on the outside. Goes over under. He's gonna have better pace coming out through this, and is going to get the pass here. But I think we're gonna be getting attacked here by Mason now. Mason's going to take the inside onto this corner, and will be looking to hold the position, and does keep the position still. And with that, we do see Sam just crashes, and we have our safety car, the first of who knows how many. And as expected, we do get a safety car. It is a bit early. I think some of these drivers might try to just go onto the mediums. We did actually miss something happened up here in the top group as well. Not sure how Josh ended up in front. Ken Godot might have just made a little mistake or something. And we do have Shay coming in. We'll most likely be going on to hards here. Yep, goes on to the hards. Should still be able to get out in front of a lot of these. And this is the important part. It looks like all of the drivers behind are pitting, which is really beneficial for Shay and Landon here. Choosing to go on those medium or those hards. It looks like Landon goes onto a new set of mediums. John goes onto hards. Mason's on hards. Max goes to hards. Rotterdam goes onto mediums. We actually have Miller going onto softs, which means you'll most likely be going for a 2-stop here. And we have Sunby coming in for those hards. So I believe after all of that, we only have the 2 top runners that did not pit. Oh, and Wiry. Everybody else has pit, which means they can go to the end. We do have a drive-through for Rotterdam. I'm not sure why. I didn't see it exactly. Let's see if I can look at it on the statistics. If it shows... Let's see. I don't have anything on why they took a penalty. A drive-through at that. The radio board doesn't even have why they took a drive-through. It's very interesting. Not sure why. We have one. But with that, we have some drivers pretty far back. It looks like Rotterdam might be getting speed trapped by the safety car. Oh, it looks like he actually has wing damage. So it actually crashed, I think. There's Sunby coming into the pits for a second pit here. Is also getting a new wing. And it looks like Rotterdam retires. Was there an accident that I missed with Fallen in him or something? I'm confused. What happened there? Don't see anything about contact with those 2 drivers, so. But we are just waiting for Sunby now to catch up to the back of the pack. So we could see we are almost at the safety car. So if he's able to get onto the back of this, we might just get on the race started before. Yeah, let's hope we can make it onto the back of the pack. It's really close. It does look like we are going to cross it before it, so safety car will do one more lap here because of that. All right, and as we come around again, and we have everybody collected here, so we should start going to racing again. Doing this extra lap has benefited all of the drivers who have pit again, or have pit, because it just gives them another lap that they don't have to work on these. Oh, that's interesting. What happened there? Well, we'll stay up here, I guess, at the top. It looks like 2 people got collected, though. In the back. As we get ready for the race start here. All right, and it looks like he's going. It looks like Shay gets a really good jump here and is already attacking on the outside. It looks like he gets pushed them out. And because of that, it looks like now Mason is actually on the attack here as well. Looks like Miller got a really good jump from that as goes all the way up to 5th. And it looks like he's able to hold that position now. We have Miller now on the back of Mason. We have Josh actually getting separation from Shay, which is very important. To see if when they come through the DRS zones, if that will stay that way. But it doesn't look like it, as Shay is now back into under a second. And as we get past the, we'll not have DRS through this lap, but on the next lap should have it. Right, it looks like we have some really close drivers here. It's like Miller gets past Mason here. Now it looks like Miller is the replacement for the top drivers here. With Miller here really close to Sekungodo. It's right on the back of them. Josh and Shay, looks like they're just slow. Josh keeps trying to separate while Shay's trying to keep that under 1 second. We have Sekengado is now actually is losing the gap on Shea here. And with and a huge crash. And that's definitely a safety car here. Oh, that was a giant crash. And now we actually see Josh comes in. Shea stays out. We have Miller go onto the hards. Josh goes onto the hards as well. We have Mason goes to the mediums. Wiry comes in for their first pit. That was a huge crash. And just like that, we are down to 8 drivers here. We have John coming in now for a pit. Let's see. Goes on to the onto the hards as well, and this should be able to get all the way to the end now with no problems. And if we look at the tires here, it's everybody, a bunch of drivers pit, which means now they are on 0 laps. We have Shea on 5, Sunby on 4, we have Landon on 2, and John on 4, which actually a lot of those were under safety car. So most of these drivers are even. But with Sunby on these mediums here, might be able to try to keep up here with Shea and get a good finish. Might need to pit again though. So we are just waiting for John to get collected, so we'll hopefully get collected up with this lap, which means we will start on lap 12 pretty much. We have Mason coming in as well. It's going on the hards here. Oh, and takes a front wing. So it took some wing damage, it looks like. Looks like everybody is collected. They are collected. And we should be going on to racing on this lap here. Oh, I like this helicopter view. Yep, safety car in this lap. All right, let's hope he doesn't try to prematurely jump, because you cannot get going until the safety car gets in, which is still out there. We started too early. This is gonna be bad. Why is that camera still like that? And because of that, you can see there's a huge bunch up. Oh, and we see that looked like Miller took some wing damage there. Josh goes through on Sunby. Sunby here with already a 2-second gap. Mason's going to be looking to try to get past him. And you can see that the 4, 5, and 6 are all stuck behind Sunby here. Looks like Mason here is going to attack from the inside. Does take the pass already, but now we'll have to hold it. Seeing as Sunby should have DRS now coming into this next section. But is actually being attacked here by Miller. Does have wing damage here. But goes on the inside and gets the pass off. And now Sunby has to defend from John here. And as that's happening, we can see now that Shay and Josh now together, the 1 and 2 in the standings, I believe. All fighting here. We have Shay in P1 with Josh in P2 right now. Alright, and as we wait there, we could see Miller now here with Mason. We'll keep an eye on that number 1 position. But it looks like he might be attacking here, and as this is happening, we do have John in the back also looking to be attacking. Oh, and Miller here really close, goes on to the outside. And we can see John in the background going on the inside and is looking to pass as well. And we get these really bad cameras. And it looked like Sunby might have been thinking of trying to pass there. And now we'll hold, but as we see there, he's going to get DRS here now. Let's see if he'll be able to do it. Doesn't look like he's close enough. And now as we go backwards, you can see that Sunby is now going to be attacking and is going on the inside here, but doesn't go for it. Oh, and John goes deep. I don't know if he took any damage there. And it looks like he might be okay. And we have those drivers now. Let's go back up to Josh and Shay. It looks like Sunby actually crashes it and is back on it. He might have just made a mistake. Let's move back up. Looked like it was just a little small mistake. But because of that is now gapped from the rest of the drivers here. Alright, it looks like Josh here is really close. Oh! And Shay makes a mistake! It looked like he was losing the back end there and actually catches it. But by doing so, actually loses the position here. And now Josh is now in P1 here. This is a really good fight between these two. Now as we get into the later stages of this race, it is going to be curious to see if Shay decides to go in for a late pit or not. On these 10 laps, should be able to extend it out, but it will be a lot harder than for Josh here. So we do have the two Alpines both on a little bit older tires than the 1 and 3. See if they'll be able to extend it out to the end of this race. Let's try to see and look at some of these tires. Yeah, the tires are looking fine for all of these drivers. Yeah, they're all looking fine. I think all of these drivers will be able to get to the end on these tires. We have Broken doing a 142.926. Gets the fastest lap here. Is looking to catch up to the rest. So that wing damage that they took, it doesn't look like it's really affecting their lap time. Or maybe it is a little bit, and it's just not too bad. And it does look like Shay might have wing damage here. It's hard to tell. But the pace has dropped off a bit. And because of that, Miller now is getting closer and closer. And is right on the back of him. We'll be getting DRS through this zone here. As he comes through the front straight, we can see that pace here from Miller, who's on the outside. Does go through side by side. Oh! Like that. Miller crashes. And we will sit here with Joshua is now a 5-second gap. Looks like he's doing really good. Just needs to hold this pace to the end and should be able to get it. Just has to manage these tires now going to the end of this race. Yes, and we have Shay coming in, so probably had wing damage. Alright, and puts on mediums, and Miller actually goes on to softs again. So Miller puts on these soft compound tires with only 8 laps left. That makes sense. There's Shay here. Through. So Shay has to make up about a pit stop to get back up there with Josh. So probably too far to get P1 here, but definitely still has a huge chance to get onto the podium for sure, especially with these new tires. Oh, and we can see here John makes a mistake. And because of that, Shay immediately goes to 3rd. John goes all the way back to 6th here. And Mason goes in for a pit as well. Actually gets a penalty. And it looks like John is coming in. John comes in as well for a pit. Oh my gosh, the leaderboard is screwing me up. And he puts on mediums. And actually takes a wing. So he takes wing damage, and that's the main reason that he comes in. And we can see here Miller now doing a fastest first sector. Let's see what that time is. A 36.3. Does the fastest second sector with a 41.3, is looking to get into the 130s here with this pace. Might be a little too far of a gap. Might only be, I think it's only going to be 141. But let's see. Comes across the line, does a 142. So it doesn't even get to that. 142.2, which is really fast. Seeing as he got no DRS in any of the corners. But with that pace, is looking like he's going to be gaining about 2 seconds a lap on Josh here. 2 seconds a lap is not quite going to be enough with the gap he has. So I think if Josh can just hold this position here all the way until the end of this race, we'll be looking at having a good rest of the race here. with the 24-second gap that he has on the second position. If you look at the interval time, we can see that Miller is 28 seconds behind the leader. He was chosen to only do a one stop, which has been working out well for them so far. So we do come through here again. It looks like Miller is doing another fast lap. Might even improve again. Does a 141.974 here. And gets even a bit closer. So both Shea and Miller are both pushing in towards Josh, but most likely not be able to catch him. There's just too big of a deficit here with just 5 laps left. We have Miller yet again improving on sector 1, doing a 35.7 now. It improves in sector 2 as well. Looking to get closer to the 140s. As he comes through the line, does a 141.2. And as we can see, I must have missed it, but Josh might have made a mistake, because that lead is only down to 9 now. Yeah, it looks like Josh did a 155 lap time on that last lap, and because of that is now only down to 9 seconds. And with that, looks like he might actually have to be worried here with that gap. If he does another really slow time like that again, might be in danger of these two drivers behind catching him. As we look at penalties, the only penalties that we see from any of these drivers is a speeding in the pits, with 3 of the drivers having it. The tires, we have Josh on lap 12 lap tires. And we have Sunby on 16, so we do know he can go all the way up to 16. As we go through here, let's go up with Josh here. Is now just looking to put in the best times they can. Does a 145.4, which is about 2 seconds off the pace of the drivers behind, which should be enough as long as it does not make a mistake. That kind of time will be enough to hold this position to the end with only 3 laps left here. We'll just barely be holding on to it by the end of this race. All right, so the gap between Josh and Shay is down to 6.2 seconds. We have Josh coming to the line. See, does a 144.9, so actually improves on their time. They are blinking now. And we have Shay coming through the line at a 142.9, so about 2 seconds a lap, which is just barely outside of it. They are looking for Josh to make a mistake to get back into it. But as we can see, with 2 laps left, well, I guess 3 laps left. Looking to be, it's going to be close here. Coming through the end, Shay might have a chance to attack Josh near the end of this race, as it looks like they are slowly catching him and should be in DRS for the last lap. We actually have Miller now almost caught up to Shay, which will be good for Josh, seeing as you would expect them to end up fighting each other a little bit. And you can see Miller now here in the DRS zone of Shay, coming through the last sector, going onto the front straight. The gap down all the way to 6 tenths, 5 tenths, 2 tenths, and he's passing him here on the outside. But with that, we will have Shay is going to be able to attack here, going into the second DRS zone. Let's see if he'll be able to do it. It's right on the back. It looks like Miller is telling him he gets the outside, and then the inside here, and then he will get outside and he will get inside. And this is exactly what Josh wants right here, is these 2 drivers fighting for position. Well, because this pretty much gives him P1 here with these 2 drivers fighting. They won't be catching them at all. You can see the gap has not changed through once they caught each other. Looks like John had an incident. Looks like Sunby is stuck. Is he? I think he has a pop tire. Sunby is on a pop tire here, so does not get the strategy correct. And now has to try to get all the way to the end of this race, or get to the pit. And I don't know what happened. I missed it, but Miller is all the way 1.6 seconds behind now. Sorry, I was distracted by that pop tire. But we can see here Miller now looking to attack again. That's a little worrisome now here. Oh, and we have Mason actually crashing out really close to the end of this race. If we go back to Sunby. Oh, John crashes out too. What is going on? Mason and John both crash out here. Really close to the end of this race. We have Sunby coming into the pit to get some tires because his tires popped. And it looks like Shea is not going to be able to get him. And as we come through the last corners here, and it's pretty much a straight. And we can see Josh is now celebrating for the Haas team, gets the victory in Azerbaijan. We have Shea getting second. Miller coming in to third here. And we have our two bots. And as we can see, Sunby here trying, I believe if he's able to get to the end of this lap, we'll actually pass both Mason and John. But as we can see right now, is behind both of them. This is where John had his accident, I believe. And does pass him. So is in front of John here. And now is just looking to, if he's able to get to the end of this, I think this last few corners here, we'll also pass Mason and we'll get P4 because the two drivers in front are both bots. And he does get past the line. All right, I started the driver of the day poll. Sorry it was late. I forgot there's a lot of crazy stuff happening near the end of that race. And congratulations to Josh on that win here. The order was, let me just make sure I have the names. It was Josh, Shea, Miller, Sunby, Mason, John, with our DNFs being Lannon, Wiry, Secundago, Max, Rodendam, and Sam. That was, they had what, two drivers DNF really close to the end of that race. They will get their points still because it was only one lap off from the finish. But they will actually be getting 5th and 6th for those positions. And with that, we'll see Josh takes a bigger lead from the driver's side, and the constructors will be, I think, it'll be still similar, but without actually seeing the stats, I can't tell you. Good win from Josh, and with that, I will see you guys all next week.